This evening we will begin by honoring our top performing teams on a provincial and national level. Head coach Dino Perry and the men's soccer team won their second straight OUA championship in the third in 4 years. At the OUA Final Four, the Marauders netted 10 goals in 2 games, including a 5-0 shutout of the Carleton Ravens to claim the OUA crown. At Nationals, the team went 2-1 to finish in 5th place in the country. Dino Perry and the men's soccer team. At the national level, we had 3 teams win medals at their national championship, including what's become a standard here at McMaster, our women's cross-country team. Please join me in welcoming coaches Paula Schnur, Rory Sneed, and the CIS silver medalists. The second place finish matched the OUA team finish and is the 4th straight year that the team has come home with a national medal. Claiming their 4th OUA title in 6 years, the McMaster men's volleyball team led by head coach Dave Preston headed to the CIS championship after a 1-year absence. Third-ranked team made quick work of their quarterfinal opponents UNB as well as Western, blanking both teams 3-0. Facing a loud and boisterous home crowd at Laval, McMaster fell to the championship Rouge et Or 3-1, giving the Marauders the silver, the best finish in program history. Rematch of last year's Vanier Cup, playing at the Rogers Center in front of the largest attended Vanier Cup ever. Rouge et Or proved to be a little too much for the McMaster Marauders. However, they did us proud, the McMaster Marauders football team. Congratulations to all the outstanding teams who succeeded on the provincial and national level. I'd now like to call upon Dr. Patrick Dean, McMaster University's President and Vice Chancellor, to bring greetings on behalf of McMaster University. Dr. Dean.
Thank you very much, Ted. A great pleasure to be here. Athletics and recreation staff, student athletes, honored guests, welcome to this 89th Annual Athletic Awards ceremony. This is the culmination of a year and a season, the 2012-2013 athletic season, with many memorable highlights. Like many of you here, last fall I had the pleasure of being in Toronto to witness our football team contend for their 2nd consecutive Vanier Cup, that rematch with Laval. And despite the final score, I came away extraordinarily proud of the team, of its coaching staff, the sea of dedicated students, staff, alumni, and friends of the university who had turned out, all of whom were there to support our team in the best possible spirit. At times, I think to many of us looking down into the crowd of 37,000, I think at 98 to be precise, it seemed that the crowd was almost entirely made up of McMaster fans in maroon. But that Vanier match was far from the only highlight of this past season. We've heard about some of the achievements of the year, the men's volleyball team winning the OUA championship here in our very own Burridge Gym, and we brought home a CIS silver medal. As you heard from Ted, the best finish in team history. The men's soccer team with their 2nd consecutive OUA championship and the 3rd in 4 years. The women's cross-country team, with 4 runners in the top 10, capturing a silver medal at the 2012 CIS Championships. And during this year's OUA Swimming Championships in Toronto, McMaster athletes set 3 new provincial standards and broke a remarkable 15 team records. So the achievements go on and on. Our successes weren't just limited to the field, of course. We also shared in a number of personal triumphs, such as assistant swim coach Dan McCauley, who returned to coaching full-time during the 2012-13 season after enduring a kidney transplant last spring. And just last week, longtime operations manager Les Miller was inducted into our Athletics Hall of Fame, a very well-deserved honor for one of the most dedicated Marauders ever to wear our colors. Success in athletics isn't at all unlike success in academics. In both cases, the best and the brightest require a sharp mind, advanced critical thinking and decision-making skills, and in particular, an unrelenting will to achieve new heights. The dedication, passion, and enthusiasm you all display on the field is remarkable, and it's great cause for pride for everyone in the university. Of course, great pupils require great teachers, and in our case, McMaster is home to some of the finest coaches, trainers, and athletic personnel in the entire country. Without them, as everyone here knows, our success would be impossible. It is a great tradition at the university that, in fact, many of our athletes return as coaches, trainers, and staff members. And I certainly look forward to seeing some of our graduating athletes back on the sidelines in years ahead. For those of you who might choose to follow a different path, I hope to see many of you in the bleachers as McMaster alumni, cheering on the next generation of student athletes and wearing our maroon and gray team colors with pride. Our outstanding facilities here at the David Braley Athletics Center, the Ron Joyce Stadium, and the Ivor Wynne Center will always be a second home to all of you. To our award winners this evening and to everyone involved in athletics, you all deserve a tremendous amount of credit for the good standing and the profile you bring to our institution. Every one of you is a fine representative of McMaster University. I'm confident that you will all prosper in whatever field you choose. So my congratulations, my warmest congratulations to all our athletes receiving an award today. And I'm, this year, as every year, very grateful to be able to take part in the celebration. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Dean. I'd now like to recognize the athletes that were the top performers on the national stage. These individuals either medaled at nationals or enabled all Canadian teams in their respective sports. Please welcome the Associate Director of Athletics, Mark Alfano, to assist in presenting our top national athletes in alphabetical order. Our first top national performer can't be with us tonight. From the football team, a second-team CIS All-Star at inside receiver, Robert Babick. From the swimming team, a CIS silver in the men's 200-meter IM, Cameron Bailey. Also from the swimming team, the CIS silver in the men's 100-meter breast, Conrad Bald. A member of the CIS rookie team in basketball, Danielle Boyago. Also in basketball, a member of the CIS rookie team, Rohan Boney. From the wrestling team, a CIS bronze in the 61K weight class, Jason Buckle. From the volleyball team, a CIS second team All-Canadian, Austin Campion Smith. Our next winner cannot be with us tonight. CIS first team All-Canadian, finishing 7th at Nationals from the cross-country team, Lindsay Carson. Also from the cross-country and track team, a CIS bronze medalist in both cross-country and track, Victoria Coates. Not available to join us tonight, accepting the award. Somebody will take it for him from the football team, the CIS First Canadian Team, All-Canadian as a kicker, Tyler Crapena. Also from the football team, CIS First Team All-Canadian in the quarterback position, Joey Capito. Also in football, the J.P. Metros Award winner, the CIS First Team All-Canadian at defensive end, and from my former high school at Barton, Ben Daguilar. Also from football, second team All-Canadian at free safety, Mike Daly. From volleyball, second team All-Canadian CIS Rookie of the Year, Danny Demyanenko. From football, CIS First Team All-Canadian at linebacker, Aram Ishu. From swimming, CIS bronze in the women's 4x100 free relay, Emily Fung. From the track team, CIS bronze in the men's 300 meters, Scott Hutchinson. From wrestling, CIS bronze in the 82K weight class, Kevin McClellan. Cross-country team, CIS second team All-Canadian, finishing 13th at Nationals, Madeline McDonald. From the football team, CIS First Team All-Canadian at guard, and just signed a new deal to go to the Hamilton Tiger Cats training camp again, Jason Medeiros. From swimming, CIS bronze in the women's 4x100 meter free relay, Emma Mittermeier. From the volleyball team, the winner of the CIS Therese Quigley Award, which honors the student who best combines volleyball, academics, and community service, Megan Netterveen. From the soccer team, CIS second team All-Canadian on defense, Andrew Pastorik. From the football team, the Heck Crichton Award winner, the CIS First Team All-Canadian at quarterback, and he will be attending the Alouettes training camp in a couple of months, Kyle Quinlan. From wrestling, a CIS bronze in the 59K weight category, Nicole Roach. From cross country, the CIS second team All-Canadian for finishing 11th at Nationals, Lionel Sanders. From football, CIS second team All-Canadian at tackle, Matt Sewell. From swimming, a CIS bronze in the women's 4x100 free relay, Meg Sloan. And from the swimming team, the CIS bronze in the women's 4x100 meter free relay, Sarah Taylor. Congratulations to all the student athletes recognized at a national level. Now, while we're on the topic of nationally recognized individuals, we saw two McMaster head coaches acknowledged by their peers this year, voted as the CIS Coach of the Year in their respective sports. We like to call them up to receive a gift on behalf of the department. Dave Preston, the CIS Men's Volleyball Coach of the Year, leading the Marauders to a 17-1 regular season OUA title and silver medalist. Coach Preston recognized by his peers for the second time in his career, both OUA and CIS Coach of the Year. You'll notice Coach Preston is smiling in that picture that he was just given. Steph Potasic claimed the Frank Tyndall Award for the first time in his 7-year career, guiding the Marauders to a perfect 8-0 regular season, second consecutive Yates Cup, CIS silver medal, and a new CIS record with 21 consecutive wins. Christina, over to you.
All right, so coaches, congratulations on your individual awards and the outstanding season both of your teams have had this year. Second best in the country. But let's cut to the chase. What's with Laval? Who wants to take it first?
Oh, ne comprende pas.
Anything from you?
I'll leave it in my colleague's capable quote right there. Certainly one of the best programs in the country. Their athletic department pursues excellence, maybe second to none. We're trying, and we're getting closer.
Every year, a little bit closer. You got something else there, Preston?
No, I'm just trying to settle down a little bit. That word just gets me going a little bit. No, I think it's a good standard for us to catch, and I look forward to the day when somebody is asking their coaches about what they can do about McMaster.
All right, sounds good. Congratulations again.
That was a little harsh, Christina. Very nice. At this time, we'd like to thank 4 of our coaches for their outstanding years of service as student athletes. You can appreciate the time and the commitment and the effort that they put into your team to allow you to reach your highest capabilities. I'd like to call upon Jeff Giles, the Director of Athletics and Recreation, to present the following individuals with a small token of our gratitude for their dedication and years of service as a McMaster head coach. Our first recipient is not able to be here with us tonight, but it's the golf coach Alf Callowell, who was, we'd like to recognize him for 5 years of service as McMaster head coach. Since taking the reins 5 years ago, Dino Perry has immediately turned the men's soccer program into a provincial and national contender, as the team has claimed 3 OUA titles during his short tenure. Dino Perry. Our next coach, unfortunately not be able to be with us tonight again, Peter Patiakis, a staple for the men's tennis program for the past 10 years. Our next coach has completed her 20th season as head coach of the women's basketball program. During that time, Teresa Burns has claimed a CIS bronze medal, 4 OUA titles, including the first in program history, 8 national championship appearances, 3 OUA Coach of the Year awards, and 1 CIS Coach of the Year award. Countless players have been recognized individually, both at the provincial and the national level. We have some of them here tonight to help present the gift to Coach Burns for her 20 seasons as head coach. Please welcome former Marauder captains Jen Sutherland, Carla Vesperini, Sarah Cameron, Taylor Smith, and current Marauder Haley Milligan. Surprise, Teresa. Okay, Christina, over to you.
All right, Teresa, we're not done with you just yet. Come on over here. Come on, meet me in the middle. Oh, this is a good one. Well, congratulations on your 20 seasons here at MAC. When you first started here back in 1992, there were only 6 of your current players were born. Tell us, how has the warm-up music changed over those 20 seasons?
I feel old. It's changed a lot. I have no idea what they're playing and listening to now, I admit that. But it's been great, and this is a wonderful surprise. Thank you to the department and whoever put this together. Really very much appreciated, and it's wonderful to see our alumni here. I can't tell you how much that means to me, and it's been great 20 years. It's gone quickly, but it's been wonderful.
That's great. Congratulations again.
Jeff Giles will also be presenting the Plaque Award, which is presented to athletes who have 4 years of participation on a varsity team. To receive the Plaque Award on behalf of all eligible recipients, please welcome from women's lacrosse, Lindsay Hamilton. By the way, the list of plaque recipients will be in the awards booklets. You can pick up at the end of the ceremony. You can, along with your award, in the reception area. The Joyce Wignall Award is presented to the team that has made an outstanding contribution to the community. The award honors Joyce's tireless dedication to student athletes during her 39-year tenure at MAC. The finalists are baseball. The Marauder baseball team rallied behind the inaugural Baseballed event, a fundraiser in support of Childhood Cancer Canada. The whole team took part in the event. They shaved their heads following a varsity game to draw attention to the cause. It raised over $15,000 in support of cancer research. Figure skating. The McMaster figure skating team spent the year reaching out to various community groups, engaging young skaters from the Ancaster Skating Club to assist with hosting the team's first ever competition, as well as hosting several community events, including Skate with the Dean and was that you, Patrick? No. And a Hollywood Fun Skate. Very active in the McMaster Athletes Care Program, the figure skating team won the varsity clothing drive competition for the second straight year for most clothes donated. Swimming. They win the award every year for most energetic team. So I'll do that again. Swimming. The McMaster swim team continues to make community outreach a priority, participating in the MAC Athletes Care Program, mobilizing support for numerous charitable initiatives like Ronald McDonald House, the Kidney Run Relay for Life, the Great Canadian Shoreline Cleanup, Athletes in Action, and Run for the Cure. Please join me in welcoming Joyce Wignall to present this year's Joyce Wignall Award to the figure skating team. Congratulations. The Bruce Cochran Award is presented to an individual who's excelled in a position with the department, either as team manager, student therapist, assistant coach, event management staff, or administrative support. The finalists are, from cheerleading, Christina Aprile. She's been a leader among her peers in both the competitive arena and administration through 4 years with the MAC cheerleading team. President of the cheerleading club this year. She took on budgetary and management roles, overseeing a team of 40 competitors, simultaneously worked as a game day promoter for the department, volunteered at the Boys and Girls Club of Hamilton, where she was involved in the club's cheerleading program. From men's basketball, Tariq El-Taib. He embraced his role as a men's basketball team manager and sought to do much more than the position's job description. He was involved in team film work, equipment, scouting, and helping out at practice. Also was involved in events like Midnight Madness and Rise Above Capacity. From swimming, Gabriel Goulet. Spent a decade with the MAC swimming program, first as an athlete, now as a volunteer coach. He's coached for 4 years, making a year-round commitment to the program while pursuing a doctoral degree. His contributions are entirely voluntary and have helped countless Marauders reach their potential in the pool. From women's basketball, Mark Zimmerman. While serving as a team student athletic therapist, he went above and beyond in his support role, showing a remarkable work ethic, professional approach to his care and treatment of athletes. He got involved in the team dynamic, assisting in practice. He went way above his therapeutic duties, outstanding care and treatment of the team, and his willingness to take on whatever role or responsibilities was a crucial element in the team's success. I'd like to call upon the Associate Director of Athletics, Mark Alfano, to present the Bruce Cochran Award to the recipient, Mark Zimmerman. The candidates for the Les Prince Award are student athletes who have demonstrated leadership and outstanding community service. Les was a former director of athletics, dean of students, and coach. The finalists for the Les Prince Award, from baseball, Kyle Angelo. A childhood cancer patient himself, Kyle took on the responsibility of organizing the inaugural baseball event that we've told you about earlier in the fight against childhood cancer. Kyle got the Marauders involved in the event. That saw he and the teammates and coaches shave their head to raise money for cancer research, raising over $15,000. Himself, he raised $1,700. From rowing, Graham McKelvey. Graham took on a major leadership role this year as a member of the executive for the McMaster Athletes Care Program. He spent the first term as director of the Living Rock Ministries, serving a liaison role with MAC Athletics. In his second term, he swapped positions with another member of the executive and became the director for the Eva Rothwell Resource Center while continuing to volunteer with Living Rock. His time commitment saw him spend 2 or 3 visits a week as a volunteer between the 2 centers, as well as assisting with other MAC initiatives. From lacrosse, Rob Murphy. Rob served as captain of the men's lacrosse team this past season, a year after being named the team's most dedicated player. Off the field, he's volunteered as strength and conditioning coach for the Marauder football team for the past 2 seasons. His volunteer work extends to the Max Sports Medicine Clinic and to the Holland Beerview Hospital in Toronto, where he conducts pet visitation and therapeutic recreation sessions for children. And from golf, Patrick Thornley. Patrick has served as president of the MAC Athletes Care Program for its first 2 years of operation. While as a member of the MAC golf team, he was a driving force behind the development of the Steel City Amazing Race, which was a huge success last year. His commitment to the Hamilton community is such that Patrick based his 4th-year thesis on the study of at-risk youth. I'd now like to call upon Carmela Trombetta, the Vice President of Commercial Markets at RBC, to present the Les Prince Award. RBC, the presenting sponsor of both MAC Athletes Care as well as the football season for the past 2 years. And the recipient of the Les Prince Award, Graham McKelvey. Graham, if it's McElvey, I apologize. Now we move on to the Most Valuable Player Awards. From badminton, the presenter is the assistant coach, Jackie Ing. The men's recipient is Pierce Herschenrader. Women's recipient, Alina Sukina. From baseball, head coach, Wayne Gowan. The recipient, Cam Ryerson. Our next recipient is unable to be with us tonight, so head coach Amos Connolly at some point will make the presentation to the men's basketball recipient, Scott Laws. Women's basketball, head coach Teresa Burns. The recipient, Haley Milligan. From cheerleading, the presenter is assistant coach Jade Liebersbach, and the recipient, Christina Aprilli. From cross country, the presenter and head coach Rory Sneed. Women's recipient Victoria Coates. Men's recipient Lionel Saunders. Women's curling, head coach Christopher Malcolmson. And the recipient, Ginger Coyle.
All All right, Ginger, get over here. Don't be so excited. The team just got back from their first appearance at the CIS CCA University Curling Championships in Kamloops. Can you tell us about the team's experience for a McMaster team that has only been in existence for 2 years?
I sure can. Well, first, we were really excited just to qualify because curling on Ontario is really competitive, so we were definitely pleased with ourselves. But it was all of our first times at nationals, so I think we were a little nervous, which may have been reflective in our first half of our first game. But after that, I think we definitely found ourselves, and we pushed the eventual gold medalist to last rock and the silver medalist to an extra end. And we beat the OUA champs, which was nice. So I think we definitely put McMaster curling on the map, and I hope it stays there.
Well, that is quite the accomplishment. Congratulations again.
We move on to fast pitch, presented by the assistant coach Stephanie Sutton and the recipient Hannah Halsworth. From fencing, head coach Dave O'Donnell. The men's recipient, Kirill Jasenko. Women's recipient, Jennifer Ackerman. From field hockey, club coordinator Tim Lukes. And the recipient, Lauren Friedman. From figure skating, President Diane D'Alessandro, Assistant Captain Michelle Pearson, and the recipient, Riley Allison. From football, head coach Stefan Potasic will make the presentation to the offensive recipient, Kyle Quinlan, and two recipients, co-recipients on the defensive side, Aram Ishu and Nick Shorthill. From golf, presented by program coordinator Dave Preston. The men's recipient, Mark Young, the women's recipient, Michaela DiMarcantonio. From gymnastics, the co-president, Thera Pacheco, and the recipient, Brittany So. From men's hockey, club coordinator Tim Lukes will make the presentation to co-recipients Andrew Lawler and Dan Pochnik. Women's hockey, presented by head coach Jim Brown. The co-recipients, Christine Demick and Ellery Veerman. Men's lacrosse, assistant coach Brendan Sweeney will make the presentation to recipient Brent Murphy. Women's lacrosse, Brendan Sweeney will make the presentation to recipient Jackie Heaton. From rowing, presented by head coaches Aubrey Oldman and Pia Eastwood. The men's recipient, Kyle Conahan. The women's recipient, Emily Baturin. Men's rugby, head coach Dr. Phil White. The recipient, Andrew Ferguson. Women's rugby, head coach Cam Mitchell, recipient Sarah Berry. From sailing, club coordinator Tim Lokes, and the recipient Ryan McDonald. From men's soccer, head coach Dino Perry will make the presentation to recipient Andrew Pastorik. Women's soccer head coach Brett Mosen and the recipient Christina Leonardelli. Men's squash presenter assistant coach Phil Leonard, and the recipient Michael Fong.
Get back here, Michael. I'm coming. All right, the team captured the OUA silver this year, being only bested by the Western's men's squash dynasty. Tell us what it was like to win OUA silver at home.
It was actually really great. We had a really dedicated team this year. We had a really dedicated coach, a couple coaches actually. I'm actually really proud of how our team did, and yeah, that's about it.
Well, that's good. Silver's great. Congratulations.
Thanks so much.
From women's squash, head coach Doug Hamilton, and the recipient Michaela Niederveen. From swimming, head coach Andrew Cole. Swimming. We'll make the presentation to men's co-recipients Cameron Bailey and Conrad Bald, women's co-recipients Sarah Taylor and Alex Van Omen. From synchronized swimming, the presenter Olga Skarina and the recipient Michelle McDonald. From men's tennis, presented by Rasim Sahovic and the recipient Abbas Panju. From women's tennis, head coach Peter Patiakis and the recipient Shivani Skandaraja. Track and field, presented by head coach Paula Schnur. Women's recipient Jessica Tatt. Men's recipient Scott Hutchinson. This next one's really cool. Ultimate Frisbee. Our club president, Melanie Oliveira. Women's recipient, Stephanie Kimmerly. Men's recipient, Taylor Loss. In men's volleyball, head coach Dave Preston. And the recipient, Austin Campion Smith. Women's volleyball, head coach Tim Laux. The recipients, Megan Netterveen and Kaylee Stock. Men's water polo, head coach Quinn Fairley. Our recipients, Jack Park and Jack Tang. Women's water polo, head coach Quinn Fairley will make the presentation to the recipient, Nicola Coulter-John.
All right, Nicola. I'm not going to run after you, Nicola. Nicola, hey. Come on over here. All right. So, you were a member of the Canadian senior women's team earlier this year and competed at the World Championship qualification tournament. Can you describe your experience being part of a women's water polo national team?
It was pretty amazing. It was nothing I'd ever competed at before. That caliber was pretty incredible, and it was an amazing experience.
Well, that sounds pretty awesome. Let's give her a hand. Congratulations.
And from wrestling, head coach Nick Cipriano, the women's recipient, Nicole Mazzara, men's recipient, Jason Buckle. Congratulations to all this year's MVP recipients. It is now time to present our remaining major awards. The following finalists and recipients have all had outstanding seasons, and we congratulate them on their efforts. The Mel and Marilyn Hockrig Outstanding Rookie Award, recognizing the top female and male student athletes who excelled in their first year of post-secondary inter-university competition. The female finalists from fencing, Jennifer Ackerman. Jennifer took fencing by storm. The team's captain's greatest achievement came at the OUA Championships, where she won gold in the individual foil event. Her performance led all women's foil team to a bronze medal in only her first year. She already stands as a mentor and leader among her teammates. From basketball, Danielle Boyago. A Hamilton native, Danielle made an impact on the Marauders team, averaging 15.3 points per game, 8th in the league, 2.4 steals, 7th in the OUA, 51 total steals, 39 three-pointers, the second highest numbers in McMaster history, was named the OUA West Rookie of the Year and selected to the CIS All-Rookie team. From cross country, Madeline McDonald. Maddie emerged as one of the country's best junior racers in 2012, placing 7th at the OUA Championships, 13th at the CIS Championships, recognized as a first-team OUA All-Star and a second-team All-Canadian. Outside of the varsity circuit, she represented Canada at the various junior championships, helping the team qualify for the World Cross Country Championships. From swimming, Emma Mittermeier. The very popular Emma immediately cemented her place as one of the best freestyle swimmers in the country in her first year as a Marauder. The Surrey, BC native claimed 3 gold medals and 1 silver at the OUA Championships. Her efforts in the 100-meter freestyle beat the Marauder team record previously held by Olympian Janet Cook. She concluded her season by winning a CIS bronze medal as a member of the 4x100-meter freestyle team. The male finalists from football, Keldon Allstedt. Named the Rookie of the Year for the Marauder team, he impressed the coaches on the first day of training camp. He registered 16.5 tackles, 1 sack, and by the end of the schedule had worked his way up into the starting lineup and started for the Marauders in both the Mitchell Bowl and the Vanier Cup. From basketball, Rohan Boni. Rohan played in all 21 OUA games, averaged 10.5 points per game, 4.9 rebounds per game. He showed his tremendous versatility when injuries forced him to play out of position at the point guard spot. He was recognized as the OUA West Rookie of the Year and selected to the CIS All-Rookie team. From volleyball, Danny Demyanenko. Danny moved right in the middle of the Marauder lineup, and by year end, he led the country in kill percentage with 47%. Selected as the OUA Rookie of the Year, the CIS Rookie of the Year, the CIS Second Team All-Canadian, and a CIS Championship All-Tournament team. He was a key contributor as McMaster won the OUA title and advanced to the CIS Championship game, the best finish in team history. And from wrestling, Ahmed Shamia. In the 57K weight class, he made a major impact at his first-year competitor, overall record of 20 wins and 7 losses. He was selected the OUA Rookie of the Year. Moving on to the CIS Championships, he finished with a record of 3-2 to finish in 5th place. So Mel Hawker is ready to present the Outstanding Rookie Awards, and the recipients are Danielle Boyago and Danny Demenyenko.
All right, so can you guys tell everybody how happy you are with your decision to attend McMaster University this year?
Well, I'll have to say that it was one of the best decisions of my life. I absolutely love it here at McMaster. I love my team, love my coaches, love the atmosphere, so definitely a great decision.
All right, what about you?
Everything he said.
Well, that's easy, isn't it? Congratulations again. I'm happy you guys are happy with your decision.
From Outstanding Rookies to Outstanding Graduating Student Athlete Awards, both the Dr. Edna Guest Award and Dr. Ray Johnson Award goes to the graduating female and male student athletes who demonstrated noteworthy athletic ability and radiated the spirit of McMaster. The Dr. Edna Guest Award finalists are Maggie Cogger Orr. Maggie was named an OUA All-Star for the 3rd time this past season, despite missing 2 of her team's 6 games while recuperating from knee surgery. A leader on the field, she played 3 drastically different positions throughout the past season. She also holds the program together, assisting with recruiting, organizing training camp, and executing the year-end banquet. She also was a founding member of the organization that introduces young girls to rugby. From figure skating, Diane D'Alessandro. Diane has been a leading member of our figure skating team for several years. She served as team president and captain. Competitively, she found the podium at the OUA Championships by placing 2nd in the seniors pair category with partner Alexander Kornakakis. She was an integral part to both the team receiving the OUA Team Spirit Award and the team's extensive charitable efforts. From fast pitch, Brittany Hicks. Brittany's been the captain of the McMaster fast pitch team for the past 3 seasons, a member of the Canadian national team that claimed silver at the 2011 Pan Am Games. Despite a broken thumb keeping her out of the lineup this season, she continued with her captain responsibility, supporting the team at every practice and game. And from soccer, Christina Leonardelli. A standout on the field, in the classroom, and in the community, she was a twice named OUA First Team All-Star, recognized 2 times as a CIS Academic All-Canadian and a Marauder Scholar. Off the soccer pitch, she served on the McMaster Athletes Care Executive Committee, volunteering her time in countless areas. The Dr. Ray Johnson Award finalists, from volleyball, Ian Cooper. Ian's commitment to his team on full display this season. The longtime middle hitter agreed to train as setter to fill the vacant backup spot on the roster and crack the top 15 in the OUA with 72 assists over the course of the regular season. Off court, he volunteers his time with the MAC Athletes Care Program, the Mountain Volleyball Club's Volley Tots program, and Jumpstart. From basketball, Scott Laws. Scott returned from a missing season due to injury to become the men's basketball MVP, served as team captain, led the team in minutes per game, and averaged 9 points per game, shooting 49% from the floor. A former winner of the Bruce Cochran Award for his work creating the Midnight Madness and Pack This House events. From football, Chris Picard. Chris has been a starter on the MAC O-line for the past 2 seasons. He's coordinated the team's football fundamentals kids camp for the past 3 summers and continues to be an active member of the MAC Athletes Care Program. When he's not training, playing, or working at the Maroon Shop, he can be seen at the Burridge Gym cheering on MAC's basketball and volleyball teams. And from cross country and track, Jeremy Walsh. Jeremy served as a captain of the men's track team for the past 2 seasons, created the MAC Track website as a portal to highlight team performances and events. Injury prevented Jeremy from competing at the OUA Championships, but he was present at every meet, videotaping and cheering on teammates, and also was heavily involved in the MAC Athletes Care Program and the Relay for Life. I'd now like to call upon Dr. Phil Wood to present both the Dr. Edna Guest Award and the Dr. Ray Johnson Award. And the recipients are Maggie Carter-Orr and Chris Picard.
All right, winners, come on over here. All right, well, congratulations, first of all. Can each of you tell us how heartbroken you are to be leaving McMaster this spring?
It's really hard to put into words, actually. I think that you don't really realize what you have until you're going to leave, and the 4 years will just fly by. Anyone who's a graduating student can tell you that, and I'm so upset to be leaving in April and not to be a part of the team next year, but you're not going to get rid of me that easily, and I'll be around in September cheering for everyone again.
All right, that was a good answer. Do you got something better?
No. Yeah, the 5 years really does fly by. But like she said, I know we'll all be back and cheering on all these people.
All right, well, we can't wait to have you guys come back and visit. Congratulations again.
Before moving on to the final awards of the evening, our male and female athlete of the year, would like to take our time to show our appreciation to a member of the Marauder family that will be leaving his post at the end of June. For the past 11 years, Dr. Phil Wood has been the Associate VP of Student Affairs and the Dean of Students, which oversees the Department of Athletics and Recreation. During his tenure prior to it as an engineering professor, Dr. Wood has been a staunch supporter of our student athletes. You've seen him at many of the home games. He played an integral part in the student referendum for the David Braley Athletic Center, supported the department's role in providing athletic scholarships to student athletes. He's assisted with building the academic support and liaising for student athletes, and on his own time, provided color commentary for our women's basketball games on CFMU.
Phil Wood came to CFMU almost 10 years ago, and when the AVP of Student Affairs comes and asks if he can do a show, you tend not to say no. At the time, we had a strange combination of jazz and wrestling with Dr. Don, so when Phil came and said, I want to do soul music and basketball, we said, well, sure, that actually makes a little more sense. So we went ahead and hired him, and his show went on to be one of our most popular shows. I continually hear people saying Soul in the Hole is one of the best things we have. They love the information he has, whether it's research or just stuff off the top of his head, I don't know. But Phil Wood's knowledge of music history is astounding. And if it is research, it stays in his head after he's done it, because he's got all that information. And then he also has done our basketball games for a long time and really helped mentor along new teams of people. It's not an easy thing to call a basketball game, and he's mentored along some people over the years, kind of setting them up to take his place. Phil, thanks for all your work over the years, and if you get bored, you know where we are.
My 7 years at McMaster, I disagreed with Dr. Wood one time. He spoke at our 2012 football banquet and said that the football program was the source of a renewal of McMaster pride. And I disagreed. I say we revealed the pride that's always been there, and that for over a decade, our VP of Student Affairs has nurtured across every student that's come onto this campus his hard work and his commitment to everything McMaster, and the fact that he bleeds maroon and gray is evident in everything he does. It's been a privilege to work for him, have him support our football family, and he is very much a member of that family. Thanks for everything, Dr. Wood.
I'm just so genuine and just unique whenever you meet him and whenever you see him out at a game, that he's truly there as a fan, as someone that wants to support him. At one of our year-end banquets, in my first couple years that I was at McMaster, he went up to the stadium, and the room was pretty full, and up at the podium, said, McMaster is such a great university, and it's a place that I love being and love supporting. And you know, if I had to pick somewhere else that I would be at this time of the year during March Madness, and he stood up and he ripped off his shirt. And when he ripped off his button shirt, he had a t-shirt underneath that said Michigan State. And it was really funny. Everybody was laughing and enjoying his speech after that, because it just goes to show that he's such a personable person, and he's the dean of students at McMaster University, but he's so reachable, and you can approach him anywhere and talk to him, and he's always ready to start chatting, and whether it's in the student center or at a basketball game or wherever you run into him, he's just always ready to talk and always very friendly.
It's interesting when people talk about McMaster, especially today. They talk about the state-of-the-art facilities, the incredible sponsorships like Jordan and Nike being on board, but something they don't talk about is the community and the family that surrounds McMaster Sports. And Dr. Wood, you were a huge part of that family for me. Being at every game, whether it was home or away, supporting words or kicking the butt when I needed it. You were always there for me and for our team and our program. And from the bottom of my heart, those are the things I'll take with me for the rest of my life. The wins and losses come and go, and you forget about them, and they don't matter, but people who have a big impact on you, you carry with you forever. So I am eternally grateful for everything you have done for me as a person and for McMaster Athletics as a whole.
In large part, I'm here at McMaster because of Phil Wood's courage and vision. From a courage perspective, it took a lot of courage to hire an athletic director who had never worked at a university, let alone never been an athletic director. So for that, I owe him a tremendous amount. But more importantly, I think he had the vision to know that in order for athletics and recreation to continue to deliver and to continue to provide our students and our student athletes and to continue to enrich the overall learning experience, that the way we operate in Canadian universities had to change. So that vision and that courage combined is why I'm here today. So I owe Phil a tremendous amount. After 4 years now here at McMaster, there's two things that I know. One thing I know, that nothing surpasses Phil's dedication to the health, the well-being, and the general welfare of our students. There's nobody on this campus who's more passionate about our students than Phil Wood. It shines through in everything he does. It shines through in every word he says. And from that, I think we should all be very appreciative. From a department perspective, we have some of the best programs, we have some of the best facilities at any university in Ontario, let alone Canada. And I know that's because, in large part, because of Phil. And so we all owe to Phil a tremendous amount of debt for what we enjoy here today, for the facilities and for the programs, and for that, we will always be thankful. Finally, from a personal perspective, Phil has always been here, always supporting us, because he knows everything we do in this department puts our students first. And anytime you put students first, you know you're going to have Phil's support. So thank you, Phil, so much for everything you've done for us. We look forward to seeing you around here. We know you're not retiring. We know you're just going on to something bigger and better. And so we hope to see you around here a lot, and we really hope to see you maybe a little bit more often if that's possible. So thank you, Phil, and have a great semi-retirement.
At this time, we'd like to call upon Vanessa Bonamo from the women's basketball team and Michael DeCroce from the Marauder football team, who will be presenting Dr. Wood with a small token of our appreciation. In addition, Dr. Wood will now have 2 permanent reserve seats in both Ron Joy Stadium and here in the Burridge Gym, and will join us whenever his schedule permits. Dr. Wood, if you will.
I'd actually prepared something to say, but I'm just going to wing it. It's hard to follow that, and I'm just going to start by saying thank you and for everybody, to everybody. I arrived at McMaster 30 years ago. I came from Michigan State University, as you heard Scott Laws say, and in 5 years there I never taught a student athlete. I got here and there was a great student athlete in my class in chemical engineering, which is maybe why I didn't have anybody at Michigan State. And I went to the coach of the basketball team at that time, Barry Phillips, and said, I'd like to help in any way I can. And then later that same year, I approached Bernie Custis and said the same thing to him. And over the years, I've had tremendous number of student athletes in my class. I've gotten to know many of you both on your court or field and off that as well, and it's been just a great pleasure for me in my 30 years here to support you in any way that I can. I want to finally thank Jeff Giles. I know he thanked me there, but it was 4 years ago, Monday coming, that on this very stage, basically, we welcomed Jeff to our community. And Jeff has taken this program to the highest level in Canada. We are the model for athletics and recreation in Canada. But more importantly, I think, like me, Jeff is a student affairs person. We care about student athletes with the emphasis on student. We at McMaster are privileged to be part of one of the best 100 universities in the world. You will graduate from one of the very best universities in the world, and that is the reason why you're here. We all know that. We applaud what you've done on the field, but believe me, I'd be disappointed if I don't get a chance to congratulate you when you get your degree. So thank you for everything you've done for McMaster, and thank everybody in athletics and recreation for this tribute today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Dr. Wood. Our last two awards are as follows. The Therese Quigley Award goes to the female athlete who has distinguished herself with superior athletic performance while representing McMaster University this year. For Female Athlete of the Year, the finalists are from cross country and track, Victoria Coates. Victoria, the fourth-year runner, claimed silver at the OUA Cross Country Championships and a bronze at the CIS Nationals. She transitioned seamlessly to the indoor season and captured bronze at the 3,000-meter distance in both the OUA and the CIS championship meets. Her time at the Nationals stood not only as a PB, but also as second fastest 3,000 meters run by a McMaster woman. From water polo, Nicola Coulter-John. Nicola captained the Marauders water polo team to a bronze medal finish at the OUA Championships in the third season as the team's goaltender. Her play with the Canadian Select League parlayed a spot to the Canadian national team when Canada qualified for the Senior Women's Championship. From basketball, Haley Milligan. She was only one of two OUA players to average a double-double. Her 11.5 rebounds per game tops in the OUA, also led the nation 16.3 points per game, fourth in the conference, named a first-team OUA West All-Star, and set a team record with 15 consecutive games, reaching double figures in points and rebounds. And from swimming, Sarah Taylor. Sarah continued her history of top performances in the pool, brought home a total of 5 medals from the OUA Championships, scored a gold medal and OUA record swim as a member of the MAC 4x50 meter relay team, and also at the CIS Championships won bronze as part of the 4x100 meter freestyle relay. The Ira Wynn Award presented the top male athlete of the year. The finalists are from swimming, Cameron Bailey. He won the gold medal at the OUA Championships in the 200-meter IM and also won the award as best medley swimmer at the OUA Finals. He was a member of 2 relay teams that won silver medals at the OUA Championships, went on to win the CIS silver medal at the Nationals in the 200-meter IM. Also from swimming, Conrad Bald. Conrad's dominating performance at the OUA Championships netted him 2 gold medals, set new OUA records in the process, 3 silver medals at the OUA Finals. Moving on to the CIS Championships, captured the silver medal of the 100-meter breaststroke, posting the second fastest time for that event in the nation. From volleyball, Austin Campion-Smith. His average of 10.23 assists per set ranked 5th among passers in the CIS, and earned him recognition as an OUA first-team All-Star and second-team All-Canadian. And from football, Kyle Quinlan. He spent the 2012 season leading the Marauders to an undefeated league record, a second consecutive Yates Cup and a Vanier Cup berth. set a new OUA season record for the 69% completion percentage, capped off the regular season by capping off a new standard for Mac's all-time passing touchdown mark, named the most outstanding player of the 2012 Mitchell Bowl, first team CIS All-Canadian, OUA MVP, and the Heck Crichton Award winner as the outstanding player in Canada. I'd now like to call upon Dr. Patrick Dean and Jeff Giles back up to the front to present our awards. The Therese Quigley Award and the Ivor Wynne Trophy to our Athletes of the Year. The recipients are, pause for dramatic effect, Victoria Coates and Kyle Quinlan.
All right, Kyle and Victoria, congratulations. Now, since you are both leaving McMaster in the spring, do you have any parting words of inspiration for our future Athletes of the Years?
Yeah, just keep working hard.
That's nothing, okay. And Victoria, I hope you have a little bit of something more.
Really enjoy your years here at McMaster. It's definitely been an amazing experience that I'll never forget.
All right, well, congratulations again.
And now please welcome the Director of Athletics and Recreation from McMaster University, Jeff Giles.
Hello, everybody. Well, it's certainly been another fantastic year for McMaster Athletics and McMaster Marauders. We were fortunate to witness many great individual and team performances this year. In fact, there were so many that the number of nominations for the awards tonight were more than we've ever seen in many, many years. To those of you who won MVP status, for those of you who were nominated, and for those of you who won, congratulations. Thank you so much for being such great ambassadors for McMaster University, for representing our department. We are very proud of you and your accomplishments, and I hope you are as well. Now that we've handed out the awards, it's time to put the 2012-13 season behind us and to start focusing on the future. And specifically, I want to talk about what you can expect in the coming year from your department. But before I do that, I'd like to recognize and speak about a few people who are here tonight and thank them for the things they've done in this past year for us. First, there's Mel and Marilyn Hockrig, who we affectionately refer to as the former co-chancellors of McMaster University. I want you to know how much the two of you being here tonight and throughout the entire year for all of our games and all of our events means to us. I can tell you that on those rare occasions when you're not at one of our events, so many people come up to me and ask me where you are, that we've got to the point where people expect you there, and I think that speaks a lot to what you mean to our McMaster Marauder family. So thank you for our support. We really, really appreciate it. To Patrick Dean, thank you for your support, but more importantly, thank you for continuing to recognize the role that athletics and recreation plays in the overall learning experience at McMaster. We really appreciate that. And also, thank you for recognizing the role that we've played, no matter how small it may have been, in the overall increase in institutional pride that we felt in the last couple of years. It really means a lot for us for you to say that and to recognize us, and please know that it just motivates us to be even better. So thank you for everything. I'd like to recognize Carmela Trombetta, who's here tonight from RBC, who was up here presenting an award earlier. As you know, the Royal Bank is the presenting sponsor of our football program and our McMaster Athletes Care program, which is our community outreach program. Our McMaster Athletes Care program has grown from almost nothing 2 years ago, thanks in large part to RBC, who came up with the funds to get it launched. And it is now probably one of the groundbreaking, leading-edge community outreach programs of any university in this country. And we owe it all to RBC. I'm so proud to say that we are going to continue our relationship with RBC for a third year. We're very excited about that. And I'm also proud to say that there's a number of major new significant sponsors coming on board for the McMaster Athletes Care next year, they're going to make it even bigger and better. We're really proud of it, and it really makes us different. So thank you very much, Carmela, and thank you, RBC. To Ted Michaels, thank you for the voice of the Marauders. Thank you being there for supporting us. You're always here when we need you. And I say every year, thank you for adding so much the professionalism you bring to this event. We really appreciate it. And we know we can always call you. Thank you for everything, Ted. And finally, to Claire Arsenault and her team, with the support of people like Mark Alfano, Jay Routens, Fraser Caldwell, Bill Malley, Paris Offer, TJ Kelly, Nicole Grizel, and Christina sorry about that, who once again put together an unbelievable award ceremony tonight that I think we can all be very proud of. So Claire and her team, thank you very much. As I mentioned, it's now time to start looking to the future. But to give the future a little bit of perspective, I want to look back just a little bit. I want to look back on the past week. Because in this past week, this department recognized two individuals who made significant contributions to our department. The first was last Wednesday, when a special ceremony was held up in the Fitzhenry studio to induct Les Miller into the Marauder Hall of Fame. Now, I'm sure many of you probably don't know who Les Miller is, but whether you do or not, I suspect many of you are here at McMaster because of Les. You see, Les was the facility manager here at McMaster for 19 years, a position he left in 2007 for health reasons. During his time here, he was actively involved in the community, and he ran many of our events here that represented us extremely well. But more relevant to you, he was instrumental in the construction of the David Braley Athletic Center, the Ron Joyce Stadium, and many of these other facilities that we all enjoy every single day. Facilities that I think had a lot to do with why you're here at McMaster. On that same day he was inducted, there was a front page story in the Hamilton Spectator entitled, "Nobody's More Marauder Than Miller." It spoke about his contributions, it spoke about his dedication to McMaster and to students, and in general it spoke about the incredible legacy that he left all of us. The second individual in this past week that we recognized, we did right tonight, Dr. Phil Wood. Phil has made a huge difference in his 30-plus years at McMaster and for his 11 past years as our Dean of Students. In addition to perhaps being the biggest fan that we have in this department, he has also been instrumental in developing the facilities and all the programs that we enjoy here today. But more important than that, I think it has been his relentless, continual focus on improving the overall experience for all students at McMaster that have made the real difference in what he will be remembered for. It's clear to everybody that he passionately cares about the health and well-being of each and every single student on this campus. And in my view, this passion is his legacy, a legacy that we will do the best that we can to honor as we move forward. So thank you, Phil. These two events, the ceremony for Les and the recognition of Phil tonight, got me thinking more and more about the responsibility we have to the people who not only gave us what we have here and what we enjoy, but made us who we are. A responsibility to take something, to take what they've given us, and to do something that will make them proud. To make them stand up and shout, "I'm so happy I was contributor to McMaster Marauders." And to build on that legacy and to make that legacy even stronger. This heightened sense of responsibility that I felt over the last week or so as a result of all this has reinforced in my mind that while we've enjoyed a lot of success, we need to do a lot better. We owe it to the legacy builders who have become before us. We owe it to those who are going to come after us. We owe it to ourselves to do a lot better. So how are we going to do better? We're going to do it the same way we've been doing it for the last 2 or 3 years. We're going to do it as a team, because this responsibility to the legacy builders is all of our responsibility. It's the staff, it's the coaches, it's you as student athletes. And as a team, we are going to continue to encourage innovation and creativity. We are going to continue to move heaven and earth to find the funds that we need to find to pursue excellence in every single sport that we have. and we will continue to take risks where they make sense. In other words, we will continue to think differently than everybody else because our goal is not to be like everybody else. Our goal is to be the best. So having said that, I think you all know that winning for winning's sake is pretty meaningless, unless you have a set of core values that you stick to. I think we have a pretty solid set of core values here in this department, but I want to reiterate what they are and what we're going to drive us as we move forward. We are going to continue to compete with class, honor, and integrity in everything we do. I believe firmly in the axiom, when you win, you say little. When you lose, you say little. When you win, you even say less. But I also believe that when you win and you say less, you can do it with a bit of a smile on your face. So at the risk of oversimplifying the task ahead of us, and in order to honor those who have come before us, those legacy builders, and achieve the goal of being the best, we are going to focus on 3 simple operating principles in the coming year. And when I say we, I mean all of us, you and there sitting in the stands as well. Number 1, we will operate with integrity at all times, and we will let our actions do the talking. 2, we will commit to thinking differently, and we will not allow ourselves to be outworked by anybody. And thirdly, and this is in my mind some of the most important one, we are going to continue to have fun, and we're going to continue to smile a lot. So that's what you can expect from us. More of the same, because I honestly believe that what we've been doing the last 2 or 3 years is the right path for us. We just have to remain true, we have to remain focused, and we have to continue to work hard. So I'm closing. I'm really proud to be your athletic director. I'm really proud of all our coaches and all of our staff and all of you as student athletes. It's been an unbelievable year. Our future is very, very exciting. So in closing, have a great summer, but come back ready to make things happen again. Thank you so much.
Just before we wrap up, I want to first of all thank Cable 14 for their coverage tonight, and our red carpet host, Christina Aprila, for her assistance. Everybody's welcomed. I'm sure you can smell. It's been driving me crazy. The food, the reception behind us, the curtain here in the Burridge Gym. Plaque award recipients, make sure to pick up your award at the reception. Congratulations to everybody. And as Jeff said, have a great summer and drive carefully. Good night.